Much love and appreciation, family. So, for all of the brand new men's and women's shirts that you see and the limited edition sneakers that you see here, please visit the comment and or the description below the video. Thank you.
And I'm sorry to all the black women, all the ones that come to my shop that I misuse my language. I'm sorry. I will try to make it better. I ask for your help. Let me stay in the business. Let me continue to serve you. And I will try my best to make it better. I'm sorry now. Please help me.
And that's from the bottom of your heart.
Just from the bottom of my heart.
And you're not.
Hey, how you doing? This is Seji. He's here bringing news. So if you couldn't understand that was the Chicago Colors nail shop owner who was seen on video twice in a longer video, which Brother Tyrone Muhammad took. I'm sorry, not Brother Tyrone, but the one of the black women that were in the shop at the time when one of the previous incidences, which led up to why Brother Tyrone Muhammad, did what he did, which was shutting down the shop. I wanted to bring this to you for two reasons. One, I had a person earlier tell me that if I'm not a part of the solution, then I am the problem. And they stated that due to the fact that I reported that you had black women still patronizing a nail shop, which was obviously shut down for very valid reasons, which had to do with the owner, which you saw give an apology, putting his hands on black women, along with some of the people who work under him, assaulting black women and or stopping a black child from leaving a shop with her mother, right? So, obviously I'm part of the problem for reporting what's actually going on, for giving you guys the information, because obviously people don't want certain information to be set foot. They just want it to seem like something that it's not, which is purely ridiculous due to the fact that we have the internet and people are free to actually do research, right? So, and the second reason I brought this to you is I'm not sure if anybody else saw this video. I just ran across this video while I was doing some research on some other stories. And, I found it to be hilarious and funny. It looked like how Brother Tariq Nasheed, he wrote, it looked like he got caught and he was reading a ransom note. Because it was just, it was like one brother recording, and then the other guy, he's like, English isn't my first language, but I'm sorry. Please help me stay in business. Let me sell to you. I'm like, oh man, this is terrible. Like it's hilarious. But beyond the hilarity, the seriousness of it is that black women, it shows you how important you are. No matter what facet of life it is, your money is important. You can literally stop anything if you wanted to. But the question is, will you? Right? A lot of people say that, black men need to, stand up for black women. I 100% agree. But the other thing that needs to happen too is black women need to stand up as a front, as a unit. Now, I'm not talking about for you defending us. I'm talking about for you also being able to defend you. Because like I said before, there's going to come to a certain point where there's not going to be a Superman out here. There's a multitude of different things going on. So, like I said, there needs to be backup plans. Of course, black men, we are the main defense. We are the front line. But then nobody ever thinks about what happens when that front line is broken. What happens when that front line disappears, right? Anything that's behind that front line is now vulnerable. Anybody can now seize it and do whatever they want to with it, right? So this is why it's very important, like I said before, for women to learn that self-defense, for women to legally get their firearms and go to firing ranges and learn how to shoot. And I'm saying do this in groups. Like if you got your girlfriends or whatnot, go to save up some money instead of going out to the club and go let off some steam or whatnot or whatever for a couple weekends. Save up some money in a pot. Everybody go get they license. Go take the 8 hour class. Get your certificate, and go to a gun shop. Pick out something that you might think that you might like, or have an expert tell what you will be able to handle, and then gradually work your way up. And then also, while you're waiting for everything to pass through, try out a couple of guns, learn how to shoot, things of that nature. Like I said before, I'm all about backup. Like I said before, because even the strongest can be defeated, given the opportunity, the time, and whatnot, or whatever. People have to think about backup plans. Like I said before, women have always been, the backbone, right? Black women have always been the backbone for a lot of the things that we do in order for us to progress and, various, things like that. So, like I said before, the backbone is strong. The backbone is not weak. It never has been, right? So, that's why I say the things, that I say. A lot of times I might come off harsh and, whatnot to you guys, but, I sound like that because I love you. It's coming from a place of love because I don't want to see none of you guys hurt, right? I don't want to see none of these incidences where there are men from other cultures just like running through thinking that they can just do whatever they want to. Like, oh, I'm just going to, smack up this black woman. I'm just going to beat this black woman down. I'm just going to sit up there and decide to do, whatever I want to do. Anytime that any man should come in front of a black woman, they should always second or third guess what they're going to do, because they should understand how dangerous you are and how prepared you are. Like I said, your greatest, in a sense, offense is the fact that a lot of people see you as less than. A lot of people see you as weak. So you need to work with that, because mentally, if any guy out here sees like a woman, it's like, oh, she weak, she ain't gonna be able to do nothing, and that's when you flip the script, and then people going to be like, oh, I'm good, But yeah, I'm probably going all over the place. But like I said before, at the end of the day, back to the story, I'm sorry. It comes down to a point where, black women, you have to come through as a collective. The same thing as I say for black men, we have to come through as a collective to stop a lot of the nonsense that is going on in the community, and to help uplift and to, help people progress, as a group. I'm not saying that we can sit up there and help everybody. Can't save everybody. Harriet Tubman said that she saved 1,000 slaves, and she could have saved 1,000 more if only they knew that they were slaves. Right? And this is why I have a side-by-side image where it's like Harriet Tubman and Kanye West. People get mad at me when I put that up there, but it is fact. Harriet Tubman, that's why I have the quote there. Follow the quote and look at what Kanye said. There is no lie, because we're still locked in mental slavery. We're not in bondage or nothing like that. On top of the fact of other given history that shows that black people are already here, and that we were also the indigenous people, and that you had the people here working with the Europeans to sit up here and do whatnot or whatever, and that a lot of the ships that were pulling over were bringing in Europeans, and we were feeding them, right? We were harboring them. But that's something for a whole another story. But understand your worth, black women. You are mighty. You can do a lot of brilliant and great things. And this young brother here, he did exactly what he had to do in order to send out a message, and this is the result, which is an apology. But don't, listen to that apology for face value. He's only saying that because of the way his shop looks, and because people are not patronizing that store, because they're staying on him constantly. They're staying on that store constantly. And as a group, as black people, that's what we have to do to a lot of these other businesses when it comes to an actual boycott. Don't just boycott them like, oh, we're about to boycott Gucci for like 3 months. What is that going to do? You need to just stop buying them in general. Whoever, and I'm talking about the main ones with common sense. The other people who don't care and they want to do whatever they want to do, let them do that. Like I said, we can't sit up there and stop everybody from doing, whatnot or whatever. We can't get everybody to see what we see. We can only do what we can do, and everybody else will probably follow suit later after they figure out, like, oh, what's going on? Like, ain't nobody doing that. And it's like, oh, let me go over here and see what's going on. So I'm going to end it there. I'm going to try. This wasn't even meant to be a long video, but I started, getting carried away and, trying to, I gotta say some other stuff. So, like I said, my apologies. But as always, much love and appreciation, and thank you guys for the love and support that you give me every single day. Like I said, it doesn't go unnoticed. I do try to go through the comments. I do, and I try to respond and whatnot. But it's a lot, and it's also, sometimes it's a lot to take in and everything. So you got to kind of give it some breathing room. But thank you guys to all of you guys who always leave, positive and heartfelt, greetings and, comments and things like that. Like I said, from the bottom of my heart, love you guys, from every fiber of my being. Major shout out to all the Black people out there. Like I said, I wouldn't be able to do everything that I'm able to do if it wasn't for the community that is behind me, that, sees, the message and understands what I'm saying. So, as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.